Today's social media segment is brought to you by Alford and Associates for all of your insurance needs. CIS, Cardiovascular Institute of the South, the highest quality cardiovascular care available. Barker Honda, the Barker family tradition of quality.
Welcome to Bayou Time. I'm Jacob DeGate, and it's my pleasure to introduce a frequent guest of the show, Chet Chasson, who's the Executive Director of Port Fourchon. Thank you very much for coming.
Thanks for having me again, Jacob.
All righty. There's a lot always going on at the port. Of course, it's a huge factor in this area, just economy-wise, and they always have something ongoing to improve it. Can you tell us a little bit about some things that y'all have been doing?
Yeah, we have a number of things going on at the port and at the airport up in the South Fourchon Middle Junior Airport that we operate as well, and we're very, very proud to keep the ball rolling, right, so to speak. Sure. On the port and the airport and for our community and for our region and the impact that it has. So, just to let you know, we're a landlord port, right? So a lot of the work that takes place in the port itself is by our customers, who are the service companies for the offshore energy industry. But we make sure that the federal agencies are doing what they're supposed to do. So right now we have the Corps of Engineers is completing a jetty repair, our western jetty, repairing it from Hurricane Ida damages, right? So the Corps of Engineers has some responsibility in terms of maintaining the main channel of our port in Belle Pass and Bayou Lafourche, as well as the two jetties, the East Jetty and the West Jetty. So they're repairing the West Jetty as we speak and should come back in the East Jetty next year. So that's a good thing. So as we moving forward, we have some new bulkhead being built, right? We work very closely with the state of Louisiana to get some port priority program funding. You may have heard some other ports come on here and talk about that. My friend David Rabelais, the Port of Terrebonne, talks about it all the time as well. The port priority program through Department of Transportation is kind of the lifeline for all ports in the state of Louisiana. It allows us to continue to keep momentum going and progress in our ports. So we have about 1,600 feet that's going out to bid, and we'll continue developing in our flotation canal and slip D area as we move forward. So we're very excited about that continuing, and we're just going to continue to work. We have, I've mentioned before on the show that we're working with Gulf Wind Technologies right now. They're going to put the first Louisiana wind turbine. It's a small scale wind turbine, 187 feet from foundation to tip of blade. And that is coming online here shortly.
That's the one that they shipping up from across the Atlantic and shipping it all the way over here. Right?
That is correct, and it came from Ireland. It's already here. It's at the Avondale facility in the Mississippi River now, and we're thinking about August or September time frame, assuming everything goes right with the foundation design and construction. We should see that coming into the port and then starting to erect it and get it up and running. So by the end of this year, we'll have a functioning wind turbine that Gulf Wind Technologies can collect data for. They're building the wind blades now, and then the Port Commission is going to take the offtake of the power, 200 to 300 kilowatts of power, and utilize it so we can show an example of how this could and would work in the larger scale.
Well, that's a lot going on. I know y'all have y'all projects. I know you'll have some more. Then you also have, the infrastructure of the area that needs to be improved or has been being improved because, so much comes through that one port. I think you have, I know Energy's working on, a barge project as well. And then. Correct. And then you have, of course, LA1, the elevated road. What's the time frame on that one, if you want to?
So the LA1 elevated highway, DOTD project, right? But obviously, a number of folks in our region were instrumental in getting that to fruition, and from local level all the way to federal level. Sure. So we appreciate everybody's hard work on getting that done. So that project is well underway. The Port Commission just completed, we just approved the substantial completion today at our board meeting for the completion of the mitigation for that. So the Port Commission took on the mitigation responsibility for the entire LA1 elevated highway project. So we've done that. So we've spent about $5 million on mitigation for the whole project, both the first phase and the current phase that's under construction. That project being built by James Construction Group right now is a $463 million project, and it will be complete sometime in 2027. So it's the contract timeline is about to the end of 2027, but I think they're working hard to be finished early. So hopefully sometime in mid 2027, the LA1 highway is going to be complete. Now we also have a large project taking place at our airport, in our airport corridor project, and that is a little over $30 million project, building a bridge, sea level construction. Local company is building that bridge now for us, and it's going to be a new elevated lift span bridge that's going to connect LA 3235, or what we affectionately call the back road, into Airport Road on the 308 side to get access to the airport from the 4-lane to the airport. Just today, as well as at our board meeting, we did a resolution to name that connector between 3235 and LA1 and the bridge, the Perry-Gisclair corridor. Perry-Gisclair is a former port commissioner that tragically passed away a couple of years ago in an accident.
Well, that certainly is an honor for him and his family. You know, that's something that they'll always be able to look at. You know, just from firsthand knowing it. You know, floodgate after my dad. That really means a lot to the family, and I'm sure they appreciate that very well.
Absolutely.
But a lot of good things happen at the port, but we didn't name them all just yet. So we got to take another quick break, but we can come back and discuss some more.
Right.
Okay. Stay tuned right here on HTV.
Today's social media segment is brought to you by South Louisiana Bank. It's better when we bank together. Waits and Downer, attorneys at law. Terrebonne Ford, built Ford tough.
Welcome back to Bayou Time. I'm Jacob DeGate, and we're visiting with Port Executive Director of Fourchon, Chet Chasson. Thank you again for coming on.
Absolutely.
We're talking before the break a little bit about the airport. You know, of course, the new bridge going out there, but I know that's not the only thing that they've got ongoing. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Absolutely. So the airport is always busy. Why would we work with the federal government and the state and parish to do over $30 million project? We have 130,000 people currently going in and out of the airport on an annual basis, with all of the helicopter traffic and as well as fixed wing traffic and the like. So with that, since we acquired the airport from the parish back in 2001, we spent a considerable amount of funds back there and brought a lot of federal and state dollars back there. And we've been operating out of a terminal that's, a little metal building, right? So finally, we're at the point where we just opened bids earlier this week for a new, executive terminal building, really large, nice facility. That'll take us to that next level for the airport. So it's about a $5 million project, and we were again fortunate. We always put up our own funds from the Port Commission, but are able to attract dollars through federal grants and terminal program dollars to build that facility. So we're excited about that moving forward. There's going to be several months of construction. It'll be into 2025. We should start somewhere in the next several months in doing that work. So we're excited about that. And as well as at the airport, for Hurricane Ida, our main large hangar that had multiple aircraft in it was completely destroyed. So we're in the final stages, just received the fire marshal approval for the design of that facility, and we're going to advertise for bid there and start construction on that very shortly. So we'll have it ready by the end of the year for more aircraft to come in and start doing that.
Well, yeah, that's a lot of work that you'll do when you took that over, the airport, you almost think that that's a separate entity that runs that, but that's a big hurdle in itself.
Absolutely.
A lot of stuff, but it's good to see investment continuing in that area down there and helping rebuild.
Yep. And speaking of rebuilding, right, we still, although we're nearing completion of all of our FEMA, repair projects from Hurricane Ida, we do have some that are out there. We're going to bid for the breakwaters we have off of Fourchon Beach, breakwaters repair. We have 12 segmented breakwaters out there, so we're going to go out to bid for a repair project there, and then sometime later this summer we're going to bid out another project, and that's going to be the beach repair project. So that's going to require some dredging and then pumping of material onto the beach to re-enhance that engineered beach section, in about a mile long section in the middle of Port Fourchon and the Fourchon Beach. So we're excited about those moving forward. And with that being said, we're working closely with Chairman Dove, with CPRA, and Glenn Leday, the executive director there, to work on an agreement to expand our capabilities in terms of putting rocks along the beachheads. Right? When you listen to Gordy, right? When you listen to Gordy talk about coastal work, he talks a lot about rocks. And look, we've seen the benefits of that. So we're very fortunate to be working closely with CPRA on an initial design of about 5 miles of rock along from our east jetty in Port Fourchon going east towards Elmer's Island. Mm-hmm. And then I know CPRA is going to take from the west jetty, go west to cover all the way to Houma Nav and the like. So, and then continue on throughout the coast of Louisiana. So it's a lot of work that needs to be done, and we're excited about getting to move on some of that.
Yeah, and it's perfect, opportunity for some businesses out there, economic development to get on board. There certainly is a lot of projects in that area, all of the same type, rocking or beach restoration, like it's ongoing in Grand Isle, I believe, right now. So
that's right.
A bunch of things as we continue to repair and rebuild and come back better than ever.
Right, and absolutely. And as we look to move forward, I know Entergy has come in on this show and given their update on the power bars that they're planning to construct and hopefully get final approval from the Public Service Commission for. We're certainly in support of that and looking forward to having that barge designed and built and completed and brought in so that we can have more reliable power capability for the southern part of Lafourche into Port Fourchon for Loop, for Golden Meadow, and for Grand Isle.
You got that power, and hopefully you can keep expanding that wind power, and that this test run all works up. I know you've been doing a little traveling with that and continue to learn more about that to be able to bring that, or I guess get on board with that next phase of what's going to happen in the future.
Yeah, exactly. So we're all about, we're looking into offshore wind, and we think Port Fourchon is going to be a key player in the Gulf of Mexico offshore wind projects. But at the same time, we're still bullish on offshore oil and gas and continuing to provide all of the energy needs for our community. It's critically important as we move forward. We need more energy. We need more power. And all of those phases of power are going to help us in the future.
All righty. Well, thank you for coming aboard and giving us an update and let us know about all the good things that's happening down in Fourchon.
All right. Thank you for having me.
All righty. Stay tuned for more right here on HTV.
Today's social media segment is brought to you by Terrebonne General Health System. Your health is our legacy. Rouse's, you're either local or you're not. Buick, the craft of modern luxury. St. Martin and Bourke, know your rights.